Welcome. Yes, this is not a technical difficulty. You are seeing TT live. I'm back. I've been on a hiatus, I guess, a vacation, hibernation, a pause, but I'm back. And it's Wednesday. And who doesn't want to start off the new year with a live? I've got some new decks. Hello, Jackie. I've got some new decks. I've got some new content, some new advice, some new messages. I've got a new attitude. Hello, Jason. I've just got a new look on life. I had an injury, so a little backstory, but let people get on here as I shuffle. I had an injury. Started in August. I overloaded my wheelbarrow with too much, you know, and you can look at that metaphorically or metaphysically. I took it both ways. I took it as I really need to slow the fuck down and I need to lighten my load, literally. So I was down and out pretty much all summer. I finally got done with physical therapy. I think it was in December, the beginning of December. So what I'm going to be doing for the next 6 weeks. So if you're familiar to this, and you don't really have to be, but I'm sure you've all heard of the zodiac signs. And we were all born in one of them. So if you know yours, type it out right here in the comments if you know what yours is. If you don't, you can Google it, or I will give you the first two. Anyways, here's my plan. So there are 12 zodiac signs. It starts with Capricorn, Aquarius, Pisces, Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, Leo, Virgo, Libra, Scorpio, and Sagittarius. And that is in order: January, February, March, so on. So actually, Capricorn started December 22nd to January 19th. So if you are a Capricorn, I apologize. I didn't get this idea till recently. So you're just going to dive in, and whatever the message is for you, you're just going to like launch and take off with it for the rest of the month of January, because Capricorn goes from December 22nd to January 19th. So you still got about, you know, two and a half weeks. I'm also going to be doing the second one tonight, which is Aquarius, and that is from January 20th to February 18th. So if you are a Capricorn or an Aquarius, or you were born between December 22nd and February 18th, this live is going to be for you. And then every week we will do 2 more for the next 6 weeks. You catching on? All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask for my spirit guides to come forward. I'm going to ask yours as a collective. If you know that you have a spirit guide, ask for them to come forward. They're always around us anyways, but just ask them to come forward a little closer, all right, when we do this live. So I have a spirit guide. If you don't follow me, or if you have, you always love that I bring out Andy. This is a physical representation of what my spirit animal looks like. Look at a star. I rub it for good luck. So this is Andy, short for Andy, or Andy is short for Andromenus. All right, so I'm going to put on a little bit of essential oils just to kind of get myself grounded and in this reading state of mind. If you got crystals, get them out. I always have this. This is my foundation stone, orange selenite. And I don't know what this one is. Amazonite? I think it's Amazonite. I'm not going to look it up. So my idea is that I'm going to pull 2 cards for every zodiac sign. And the first card I'll pull is going to be reflecting on things that we went through in 2022, things that we learned, things that we went through, our struggles, gosh, COVID was still a powerful impact for me anyways. I know it seems like we are affected by the physical effects of COVID. I'm not going to go into that because I have probably the opposite idea of what everybody else opinion is on COVID. So I'm not going to go into that, but I believe that it has affected me physically. Not to mention, I've gone through a lot of spiritual stuff. I've gone through a lot of stuff emotionally, and my mental health was compromised. So if any of that resonates with any of you, comment in the comments to say what you have been experiencing since COVID, because I believe that if you had it, you had some kind of physical thing that just keeps carrying on with you, or if you got the vaccine. So not going to go too much into that because that's not what this is about. All right. So the first card I'm going to pull is going to be about reflection on the past year, on 2022. Maybe there's some things that that you didn't get that are left undone and that are going to carry over into 2023. The cards will reveal that. Maybe there was some accomplishments that you need to harness some momentum to ride those waves that we all go through. Hello, Stephanie. So the first card will be pulled for reflection on 2022 for Capricorn. Then after we get done talking about that, I'm going to pull a card from my new deck since I've been on here. This is not a Colette Baron read. I do have a Colette Baron reads new one, Shaman's Dream. Not in love with it yet, but that's kind of what happens with oracle cards. You know, they're either like you love them right away or they kind of have to grow on you. So, but I love them for the art. That's what draws me to an oracle card deck is the art. So the second one is going to be for projection or prediction for the year of 2023 for Capricorn. And I'm going to pull that one from this deck. All right. So I shuffled them. I'm going to shuffle one more time. Feel free to ask questions if you are a Capricorn. Once again, we're going to go through 2 signs every Wednesday, if possible. I was just going to say if weather permits, but weather doesn't really matter. I'm doing this virtual, but if I'm not, if I'm feeling good, lately I've been feeling really, really good. All right. So I shuffle them different. Usually I don't do this. I just don't do that. But if that's what you do, you can do that. I knock on it. And then I'm just going to pull the first card. If you're doing this at home and you want to pull cards with me, you can do it however you have a special number that you want to pull, or you want to like lay them all out random and then pick them. This is how I typically do it for my lives. Okay. Oh, so this makes a lot of sense. So the first card for reflection of 2022 for our Capricorns is masculine energy. Now, masculine energy is in all of us. It just means that it's a less softer side. It's less playful. It's more, is boisterous a word? I'm getting that, but maybe I just made that up. It's more demanding. It's more outgoing. It's more sure, really sure of something. When you show up consistently, you build confidence. Create a plan of action. You don't need to have it all figured out, just the next step. And you know what? I just realized I did the wrong deck. But there's a reason why I did that. So I'm just going to go with it. I was going to wait until the end to do this deck, but for some reason I was shuffling the deck that I did not say initially. So I'm just going to go with it because there's a reason why that happened. When you show up consistently, you build confidence. Create a plan of action. You don't need to have it all figured out, just the next step. So obviously, it sounds like you had a plan of action in 2022. You were over COVID. Maybe you were trying to get used to like working at home again. or working at home, because a lot of us didn't have had the opportunity now to work at home. I was not blessed with that opportunity. I went to work every day. Create a plan of action. You don't need to have it all figured out, just the next step. So maybe this reflection card is going to let you know that what you did in 2022 was great. You came up with a plan of action. And like I said, you just need to keep chugging on that momentum. So don't let that go. Use your masculine energy to push you over that next level, over that, hello, Sarah, because that's what we need. We need that masculine energy to push us through those hard times. We, you know, COVID and the last couple of years, and just even beyond COVID, it's hard to get out of those ruts. And sometimes they're self-induced. You know, sometimes we have pity parties and we just get in that negative energy circle and cycle, and it takes masculine energy to push ourselves out. So that's the reflection card. So for our Capricornies, I'm gonna use the energy one. I'm just gonna shuffle. Does that resonate with anybody so far? Did you create a plan of action this year? And you don't need to have it all figured out, just the next step. Because sometimes, you know, things come at us, we're not planned for it, you know? And you can, and when you live in the moment, you know, when you live in the moment, you're blessed with gratitude. That's what I've been practicing this last year. I've had a lot of time to reflect with my injury. I basically couldn't do anything except sit and journal and pull cards and, you know, just really reflect on what I wanted to change in myself. I looked in a lot. And when we look in, we see a lot of baggage. We see a lot of burdens. We see a lot of stuff that comes forward that we thought we dealt with. So if there's if any of the cards do not resonate with you, I hope that this next message resonates with all of you, is to really take some time to look in. Sometimes it's painful. Sometimes it takes a while to really accept what's within. And sometimes shit comes up from your childhood, and shit comes up from, you know, past relationships, and even like your parents' relationship and your siblings' relationship and old work relationships. I mean, stuff just comes out, creeping out of the closets and out of the woodwork when we start looking in. But when we look in, we can start to let go. That's the beauty of it. All right. I'm going to pull the first card for Capricorn. Oh, okay. You can't make this shit up, folks. Okay. So for Capricorn, for the year of 2023, look what I pulled. A cornucopia. So for our Capricorns, right away, this is telling me that the cornucopia is, it brings up, it represents Thanksgiving, and it represents like abundance. And there's a lot of yellow in this card, and yellow is the color associated with the solar plex, which is where we harvest and where we reside our self-esteem. And the number is 11. And if you like to add them together, that's 2. So if those numbers resonate for you. I see also a lot of abundance in this card. And so what's coming to mind, and this is like, you guys, this is just how I read, and this is just how I interpret messages that come in. So with the cornucopia, there's a lot of fruit. So you bear the fruit of your hard work that you've done in 2022. You're pushing through struggles. You're pushing through new goals, through, you know, new health goals, new work goals, new family goals, new relationship goals. And this card is telling me that, and it's got a lot of trees in the background that are like, you know, mature trees. So that tells me that you're also that you became very rooted in 2022, and that you're going to continue to flourish and be more abundant. Is that a fairy in there? Oh, nope, it's just a flower. But you're going to have God's light, you know, shining down on you and reminding you that what you've done in 2022 is going to help you in 2023 to become abundant. And if you haven't done a vision board, I should actually do a workshop on that. Maybe next year I will, because it's already past the time. I mean, there's still time, but I would like promote that in December to do a vision board. So maybe I'll put that in the works as an event next year. Hello, Butsy. Keep watching. I don't know if you watched the last one, but it's been a while. So that's the 2 cards so far, folks. So this one was for 2022 Capricorn, and this cornucopia. So I'm just going to read from the book. This deck did not come with the book. My good friend Angela Rose and, oh gosh, I think her name is, don't quote me, I want to say Megan. They created that deck. If you want to buy this deck, reach out to me and you can reach out to Angela Rose. So I'm going to read from the book. Quick, because we got 2 more to go through. Okay, cornucopia, wishes fulfilled. It was upright. An abundant harvest and great blessings are waiting for you, and you may even find all of your wishes fulfilled. This cornucopia of gifts from the universe can come in the form of financial riches, job fulfillment, romantic love, or all of the above. When you receive the cornucopia, you know that you've done important work. That's what I said in 2022. And it's about to pay off in 2023. The seeds you've planted in your energy and in your life are ready to be harvested in some significant ways. Get ready, for a great feast of abundant value is being prepared for you now. And Spirit is applauding all of your efforts. See, I told you that God was going to shine his light on you. Okay. Oh my gosh. That was wonderful. Wonderful. How's everybody feeling so far? Who's my Capricorn? Somebody comment who is a Capricorn or born between the days of December 22nd and January 19th. All right. Well, that was good. Any questions? Any comments? Come on, interact, people. I probably should have advertised that I was going to go on, but I was just so excited. I wasn't quite sure if I wanted to go live or not, but I was feeling it. I was really feeling I need to get some of this energy out. All right. So if nobody comments, hi, sister. I know you're not a Capricorn. You have to wait a while because you are a Virgo like me, aren't you? Yes, because Virgo is August 23rd through 9/22. So that's your birthday, Tari. All right. Okay, so the next one we're going to do is Aquarius. And if you're really into the signs of the stars and the moon stars, and you want the whole year and you really want it in depth, they say that this is going to be the age of Aquarius because it's been 200 years since one of the moons or Pluto was in Aquarius. I'm not really into that. Maybe someday I will be, but I'm just pulling cards based on just this little quick thing. So I just want to do, I just want to shoot at the hip. I don't want to go into all of that. But if you are, there's many things on YouTube that explain all the different moon phases and what each planet and is going to, and yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot. All right. So we're doing Aquarius next. So if you were born from January 20th, up in between the days of January 20th and February 18th, this next card is for you. And I'm just going to go ahead and pull from this original deck because it felt right. So who are my Aquariuses? Who's got a birthday between the days of January 20th? You want to join me on video? Seriously? Okay. I don't know what I just did for you, Mindy. It says I'm adding you. The guest, oh, okay. I don't know. Did you hit something by mistake, Mindy? Because it came up that, oh, and Who else is watching? Ron Schmidt is watching. Sorry about that, Mindy. It came up that you wanted to join the video, so join on. If you got cards, I would love for you to pull your cards while we do this. Okay, so I pulled these. And okay, so this is for 2022, reflection. Reflection on 2022 for our Aquariuses. Pull the first card. Let go, let flow. Isn't this beautiful? I love, it almost looks like it's moving. I mean, I'm moving it, but look at it. If you stare at it long enough. So right away, I get that 2022 for our Aquariuses was definitely a year of reflection. Hello, Michelle. This card represents this card to me represents feminine energy because it's a woman and she's bathing in her natural element, naked. She's in her birth skin, and there's like this light here representing God's love and God's light, sending us messages, sending us hope, sending us courage. So for our Aquariuses, this was a year that we struggled more than we realized we struggled, more than we anticipated we were going to struggle. There was lots of new struggles. Security comes from within. You are fully supported and safe. Let go of worry and lean into trust. You are right where you are meant to be. So with all the struggles that our Aquariuses went through in 2022, you found some ounce of peace because of what you went through with, and I like to, I'm using COVID right now because it was so detrimental to a lot of us. And I think for me, I realized what I had been taking for granted and taking advantage of. So those COVID years really helped me look within and really set priorities. So for Aquarius, that's what I'm getting also. There's a lot of rocks here, which represents that when the times got tough, we just got tougher, and we really pushed through, and we let a lot of shit go. A lot of things were compromised, a lot of the things were challenged, and we found peace. We found kind of, not so much like this, but just more of like a little bump, like just a continuous, bumpy ride, but not like intense. Does that make sense to any of my Aquariuses? Okay. Thank you, Spirit. So a lot of reflection, a lot of letting go, a lot of cleansing, and I'm seeing like a lot of letting go of the old and accepting the new for our Aquariuses for 2022. Okay. Cool. I'm going to put the cornucopia one back. I'm going to shuffle. Does anybody have any questions? This is fun. I've never done this before. Never done this for the year before. It's kind of fun. It's only, January 4th. So forgive me if I should have done it on New Year's. I actually did think about it, but I was doing crafty stuff. So I apologize. But I'm here now. And there's so many other people that are here now too. Also, if you have any topics that you might want me to talk about, because in the future, after we get done with these 6 weeks, when I do go live, I am going to pull cards for the collective. And that's the topic that we will be discussing. Unless I come up with some brainiac idea that I should talk about something different. But I am open to suggestions. And I'm also open to doing, readings again. I can do them virtual. I can do them in person. I charge $30 for an hour. And you get little fun freebies. I'm just going to shuffle this one more time, and then we're going to pull a card for our Aquariuses for 2023. This is a harder deck, so it's kind of harder to shuffle. Okay, so energy, pulling cards, 2023 for Aquarius. I'm going to pull the first card. Ooh, the sixth chakra, Archangel Metatron. There's a lot of stars in this card, folks. A lot of cards. So your root chakra, it goes root chakra, then sacral, which is around by your, below your belly button, then solar plex, which is like just above your belly button. That's 3. Heart is 4. And then 5 is throat or voice. And 6 is third eye, intuition. So, and the number 40, or 4 plus 0 is 4. So 2023, do we have, so our Aquariuses, I don't know, to me, this Archangel Metatron, I don't know too much about that. So I'm going to use my intuition and ask Spirit. Spirit, you have to help me out on this because I don't know a lot about Metatron. So this looks like a man to me, even though this masculine body style has long hair, it has the features and, you know, a mustache like a man. There's a lot of feathers in this picture. There's a lot of stars. There's wings. This card is screaming like at me, like awaken. And what I mean by that is really, really pay attention to what is going on around you. How are outside resources, outside influences, outside things that we're not realizing are affecting and influencing our decision-making skills? How much time are we wasting on our phones? Now there's TikTok, there's Instagram, Facebook, you know, Netflix, YouTube, Hulu. There's so much distraction. I realize that it's for entertainment, but are we using it for entertainment purposes? Like back in the day when TVs first came out, that was an invitation for families to get together and watch TV as entertainment, and they learned about the outside world. That was besides radio, up until then, before TVs came out, that was their only way of actually knowing what was going on in a different state or in a different country. Not everything was broadcasted on the radio. And besides, there was, before that, there was actually just like shows that it was almost like a, what do I want to say? It was like when you listen to a podcast. That's what, you know, there was shows that were done through the radio, actors that just use their voices. So pay attention to what you are allowing yourself to be distracted by, because is it distracting you in a healthy way that you just need a couple of minutes to like calm yourself down, or to just escape from your busy day or your job? Or are you using it as a crutch? Are you purposely escaping from dealing with your shit in your life with the social media and all the other things? Are you being productive with this? Are you using it to promote your business? Are you using it to learn something? Are you strictly just using it because you think you have nothing better to do than to sit on your ass and look at your phone and look at all the stupid shit that is on the social media platforms? I actually get my anxiety like kind of activates when I go on social media. So that's part of why I was taking another vacation from social media, is because I would look at stuff. And I was you know, I'm guilty too. I get sucked into the reels and the pet videos and stuff, you know, but let's try to learn something this year. This is what this is telling me. So our Aquariuses, you need to awaken the part of your brain. This is intuition right here, your third eye. And ask yourself, what should I be doing? Am I aligned to my true potential? Have I even explored what it means to be aligned in my full potential? Is my boss seeing my potential? Are my kids and my husband or my spouse in my relationships, are they at my full potential? We need to break out of the norm, folks. And you see all the stars in here? That tells me you're not alone, and nobody is alone. This card could go collectively, because there's a lot of stars in here that are just waiting to be given the permission to show their true selves. That's powerful. Who are my Aquariuses? I love those. So here we got let go, let it flow in 2022. And now you're going to rise to the occasion and really start asking yourself those deep questions. Where can my true potential be aligned? What do I need to change? I think we all should just embrace learning something, like a new hobby or a new language, or something that's been like on the back burner, or something like that's in our bucket list. Why do we have to be retired to start a bucket list? Start it now, so that when you are retired, that you can do the more expensive things, or the stuff that takes more time, because we'll be retired, we don't have to work. So maybe start the list, start that. If you're doing your vision board, maybe to the side of it, start putting down like bucket lists, or 5-year plans, 10-year plans, 15-year plans. All right. Those are all good cards. Any questions? I'm going to pull pull one card out of my Shaman's Dream, and that's for everybody. And then we'll talk about that. We'll talk a little bit, because how long have I been on here? Doesn't say. How come? How come it doesn't say how many minutes I got? Oh, this is a stiff deck. I said deck. I hope everybody's safe and sound. I could barely get out of my driveway this morning, and I have a 4-wheel drive vehicle. And then when I came home, it was just as bad, because it had rained more and made more wet snow. So this last card that I'm going to pull is just going to be for everybody, for the collective. Just for any topic, not for the 2023. It's just going to be for today and into tomorrow. How about that? Just a little message from Spirit, telling us, giving us some advice, helping us along. This is for the collective. First card from the top of the deck. Wailing Tree. Reconciliations. Ooh, that's a good one for the beginning of a new year. It's fiery, it's burning. Maybe you need to burn some bridges so that you don't keep repeating old behaviors. Wailing, crying. Maybe you need to release something. The number is 59. Reconciliations. Maybe you need to, oh, there's a little mushroom down here. Look at that. Mushrooms represent new growth after, when it's like barren lands. So because of all this other hot, fiery stuff going on, look at, there's just a tiny little mushroom down here. I probably wouldn't have noticed that, but I'm staring at every aspect of the card. See if something pops out at me. And it's weird, because this looks like it's fire, but it also looks like it's the leaves. Oh, it's really pretty. I like this deck. So we're grounded because I like trees. To me, when I see them, they represent our self-grounded. So this is a huge tree. So we're grounded, but we need to reconcile. Do we need to reconcile with ourselves, or do we need to reconcile with someone else? A relationship? Maybe there's an argument. You know, Christmas always brings out just brings out, you know, it brings out the best in, you know, situations. It also brings out, you know, sometimes the worst. That is not the deck I want. This was the book I want. That one doesn't go as far as 59. Okay. All right, folks, listen up. What's up? I'm doing a live. You want to come in? No. Okay, well, I'm doing a live. Snoopers. All right, grief and mourning, a time of necessary losses, reconciliations. When you encounter the wailing tree on your path, it's an invitation to stay a while and regroup, a place for you to rest and allow yourself to say goodbye to what no longer serves. You may have been overdoing things, working too hard, or putting too much effort into life with little reward. If you've been considering making a change, now is the time to do so. I said that about learning something. One important thing to consider before you make any changes is that you need to allow yourself to feel your disappointment, your loss, and mourn what was and what could not be. This is a way to honor your experience, to give yourself time to consider all the gifts in it, to put proper closure on it, to really know what you've learned as you walk away from it and into something new. Perfect. Walk away from 2022 and into 2023 with a fresh peace of mind. Even in the perception of failure, there is much good to be discovered. However, skipping the stages of loss doesn't get you to reconciliation any faster. In fact, you will discover that you will have to come back at some point. So do it all now. Look at it all squarely and honestly and stay with your feelings. Life is not either or, it's both and, this and that. So as you dive in and process this, allow it to become a temporary travel companion on your journey. The feelings that will bring to the surface will be challenging for sure, yet like all things, they will pass soon enough and you will be more enriched by the experience. I really like that. I really like that. Do we have any questions? Do we have any questions? Well, thank you all for tuning in. This is kind of what I've done in the past. It's kind of what I'm going to continue. I just shoot from the hip. It's not scripted. Sometimes if I have a particular topic that I'm learning about, like what I did with the chakras, I will use a book and I will go a little farther and deeper into that. But this is just ad lib. This is just, what's the word they call it when you stand-up comedian? I know there's like a word that I'll think of it as what's the word? What's the word I'm trying to think of? When you like stand-up comedians, they just it's like they just go with it. They don't really have improvised at the improv. They improvise. All right. So updates. I will do readings. I can do them virtual. It's about an hour. It's $30. Travis has his Reiki Masters, and he has expanded in this last year as well. He will be completing his shamanism, his shaman certificate, whatever, here in the end of January. And he is expanded and learned a lot this last year and is really diving into doing more clients for Reiki. So we can do like where we pull cards and then you do Reiki, or you do Reiki, then we pull cards. Or if you want both of us, if you want me to assist in the session with Travis, I can also use my intuition during a Reiki session, if you would like two of us. I think there is a forgiveness ceremony coming up And I want to say, I think it's on a full moon in February. Don't quote me. I have to look at the event, but that's going on. And I think I'm going to do a little bit different, put a different spin on this year's forgiveness ceremony. It's going to be a lot about letting go. And I'm really going to try to stress to let go as we forgive. And integrate more of the letting go with the forgiveness, adding on the true benefit of really letting shit go when you practice forgiveness for yourself and for others. It goes hand in hand. We're gonna add that little concept, some from experience, from what I have experienced this past year with forgiveness and letting go. So I'll bring that to that event. I'll post that after here. Yeah, so next Wednesday, if everything goes okay, we're going to pull cards, reflect and project for March, which is Pisces. And if you were born between February 19th and March 20th, that is a Pisces. Then after that, we'll pull cards for the Aries, which that is April. If you were born between the days of March 21st and April 19th. All right. Thank you all for watching, folks. If there was something that I didn't say, or that I did say and that you're questioning, or that you want more clarity on, or if you want a reading, all right, I will be here. I'll be here next Wednesday. All right. All right. See you all. I hope this resonated. Bye. Thanks for watching.